Hey lovelies, it's Heather here. Gonna go ahead and shoot today's video. It's actually like almost 1 o'clock or, well, about 12:30 at night. So I'm gonna try to be quiet, but at the same damn time, there's part of me that just really doesn't give a shit. I don't know. Today's just been a really weird day, kind of. I don't even know why. It's just felt really, really weird. Like, I don't know. I don't know if it's my mindset or if it's just, I really don't know. It's like, usually I have kind of a sense or an idea of like, what I want to do and how I want to go about it or whatever kind of and stuff. And I mean, I still did today, but it's like just nothingness. I don't know. Go lay down. But, maybe it's because yesterday's video, I thought I'd lost it. Like, I shot yesterday's video. And, And, go lay down. 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 Lay down. What is it? But, I shot yesterday's video. And during trying to shoot yesterday's video, I got like 4 messages from my friend because I literally had just woke up and I'd asked her the day before, I was like, are you doing anything? Are you doing anything really, Clairville? Are you doing anything tomorrow? And she's like, no. And I'm like, or Jen. I said I was going to try to stop referring to people as friends. Go away. I'm not trying to be mean, but damn, baby. But, anyway, so Jennifer, I asked her, I was like, are you off? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, okay. And I was like, I need to go to Walmart sometime if you don't mind. She's like, no. I'm like, okay. And then she texts and she's like, are you there or whatever? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, okay, I'm good. Like, I just woke up. And she's like, okay, I'm going to go to Walmart in an hour. And I was like, okay. And so I literally sat down right after receiving that text message, and I shot an hour. What was it? It was like 66 minutes and like 40-something seconds or whatever, because YouTube stops at 67 minutes or whatever for as far as filming or whatever, for as far as putting up a video. And I've noticed that I've been running like right there at it, at the cutoff limit, where before, I wanted to try to stick with just at an hour and stuff like that, but it's like nothing has worked out. Everything's just bleh, But, so anyways, when I was shooting yesterday's video, she texted me like 4 times. She's like, because she's like, oh, I'll be there, or I'll be leaving in an hour. I was like, okay, so I have an hour. Well, 30 minutes later, she's like, you ready to go? Or I'm ready to go, or something like that. And then she just, she texted me 3 other times. And I was just like, I'm not responding right now because she said an hour. It's not been an hour. And if she leaves without me, oh well, it's on me because I didn't respond. Like, I'm not afraid to take the responsibility, if I make the choice that, dictates or whatever certain things. And, so anyways, I don't know. But it's like, I went to go hit upload after I shot that video, and it wouldn't upload. And I was like, oh crap, they threw it away. They trashed it, because it was too long, and it was right there, just a few seconds away from the 67-minute mark, and they're like, nope, can't do that, because she's just going to keep on pushing for more time, or whatever. And, so I was like, shit, I just lost that video. That's what I thought, And my phone was about to die too. So I was like, well, I'll leave it on there and see if it'll load, So I left it on there for like 30 minutes, the ride to the store, first few minutes there at the store, trying to see if it'd load. It wouldn't. And then I exited out of it, or I didn't exit completely out of the YouTube, like everything. I think I just tried to rename it or something to see if it'd pick it up and everything, and it wouldn't pick up the video. So I was like, yep, it's lost. So finally, after a few minutes of that, I just exit out of it completely, cut my phone off for the most part, or just put it on, hell, I don't even know. I'm so sleepy, but I'm not. I'm really not. Why did I say that when I'm really not? I guess because I'm so sad. I'm so sad and I'm so depressed, and I try not to be. And then I'm not on one hand. I don't know. My life is just really complicated. And it's really complicated, though, and I hate to say this. I hate to be like, it's complicated because of other people. Because that's when other people go, no, your life is complicated because the way that you do or you treat other people. And it's like, really? And it's like, it's almost like a cash cow type deal. It's like people see me and they see they can get good stuff out of me, is the best way to word, like the way I feel. It's like, oh, I can get something good out of you. Oh, I can get compliments out of you. Or I can get a kind friend out of you. Or I can get somebody that's going to be nice to me out of you. I can get this out of you. I can get that out of you. And they just keep pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing out even further and further and further and further to see what the hell they can get out of me to a degree. Kinda. I mean, it's not really going on right now as much as it has in my past because I've kind of put my foot down, over things. But it's like that push, and then it's like there's just the constant backhanded stuff that's insults towards me. And I'm just like, oh, really? So I'm unhappy because I'm making myself unhappy by helping you and being kind to you. And then you're rude to me. How's that my fault? How's it my fault that you're rude to me if I help you? Like, explain that to me. Oh, but then it's my fault because you were rude to me one time when I helped you and I cut you off because I was like, no, I'm not dealing with you being rude. That's just like one of my newer neighbors that's only been here a couple months or whatever. We hung out, we talked, she's an older woman. We got along, I thought, and everything, and then she lied. And when she lied, I did cut her off. And now I got these other people around me that do things, and I haven't cut them off because I'm trying to be like, well, you gotta deal with stuff sometimes, And it's like I couldn't deal with an extra person being that way towards me, so that's the reason I cut the new neighbor off. Is I was just like, I can't deal with you gonna be lying when I done got to deal with other people being the way that they're being and being rude and stuff. Like, I can't deal with it. It's too much, can't handle it, whatever. But it's like, how is other people's way of treating you? I don't know how to explain it. And that's just like, I talked a little bit about work and about this new manager that I'd never worked with, or I don't know if she's new or not. But anyways, this manager I've never worked with before. And about how she would say something to me and I'd say, okay. And I'd go to fix it or whatever, and she'd say it like 2 and 3 more times. And on the inside, there's a mean little rude part of me. But I don't let it out. You get what I'm saying? I did in my video, but I didn't to her face. And then that's the reason sometimes like it's like, oh, you're a backstabber, Heather, and you're mean and you're evil and you're this and you're that. I can't help being that way, especially when I actually do things like say it would have been the opposite way around. Say I would have been the manager and I would have went up to somebody and I would have said, you can't be playing music, and they would have said, okay. And then I would have been like, yeah, you can't be playing music. Nobody can play music. You're not supposed to play music. Music. And if the person would have said back to me, okay, I got the message. Jesus, you don't have to keep saying it. If they would have popped off at me, like, it's like a wave, I guess. And it's like, where does the wave stop? And it's like, I was raised in a household that was verbally abusive. So rudeness is, I don't know, it's like fucking cough syrup or something. It's just something I've had to deal with. And it's like, for once in my life, can I get around somebody that's not going to be rude to me? And it's like, yeah, I can get around people that are not as rude, but I have never met anybody that's just never rude. And in all honesty, I don't think anybody that exists that is not ever rude. I think everybody is rude from time to time. I've not met anybody who it's like, you know, they're not rude ever. Like, and that's actually very disheartening and sad. God, that makes me even more depressed. Boy, I just did a number on myself right there. But Jesus Christ, like, when does it end? And so, okay, I do something helpful for somebody, or they do something helpful for me, or whatever, or we're helping each other, and it don't matter who it is, it really don't. And all the help's going good, and then all of a sudden, I'm just sitting there being me, you know, and they're trying to figure out why I'm not rude, I guess, you know, because everybody's rude, and my rudeness is behind closed doors, I guess, is the best way to word it. And so it's like they you know, they start being rude towards me to try to figure out where I'm rude at, you know. And they do that so that way they feel that like I'm real, and that way I feel like they're really friends with me because, oh, I'm being real with them and I'm rude and all that. I don't know. And it's like, no. Actually, when I verbalize being rude to somebody straight to their face, that is not me being me. Me being me is me not being rude to their face, you know. But then again, it is. I don't know. I'm fucked up. It's like some type of bipolar shit. But then again, not. I don't know. The whole world's just fucked up. And I hate to say that because, like, I want to be in a really positive mood and a really positive mindset. And I really genuinely am. But I feel like it's just people with fucking pokers. Like I'm a damn fire and they just keep, you know, poking the fire and then going, oh, why is it getting bigger? It was supposed to help put it out. You know, it's like, that's what I feel like I'm dealing with. And I'm just like, would you just stop already? You know, like, I don't know. I'm just kind of cranky today. But, so I thought I lost my video, tried to load it, you know, and it wasn't loading, and I was like, oh shit, so I was like, fuck it. So I went grocery shopping, come back with my groceries. Everything's okay, you know, or whatever, for as far as dealing with that. So I'm back with my groceries, and I'm like, well, let me make sure that it didn't save the video. So I get on YouTube, and it did, and I'm like, yay, okay, I can upload the video, I didn't lose it. And so I didn't have to shoot another video, even though I talked about possibly shooting another video yesterday, because the way that I kind of rambled out the work stuff there at the end, and I was really wanting to kind of focus on that, but all kinds of other shit was on my mind and everything. I don't know. And then I think also, like, it's a little bit of, like, I don't know. What was it? It was like 3 nights ago, I got on this one amino and I was like, you know, I miss EJ, you know, and I was like, I miss her and I love her and this and that and everything. But then, you know, that's the thing is, like, everybody can make, there is nothing out there that is right. There's no right, okay? People are out there believing in God, and people are out there attacking them for it. People are out there being atheists, and they're getting attacked for it. People are out there with brown hair, and they're getting attacked for it. People are out there with blonde hair, and they're getting attacked for it. People are out there female, they're getting attacked for it. Male, they're getting attacked for it. Brown skin, they're getting attacked for it. Black skin, they're getting attacked for it. White skin, they're getting attacked for it. Their dog, for crying out loud. My kid, I mean, that's one thing that she come home like, what was it, 5th or 6th grade year? I think it was 6th grade, the beginning of 6th grade. Yeah. Because I was going to try to make it my responsibility to walk the dogs because I knew, like, that she was anxious, you know, kind of going into a new school, if you will, you know, from elementary to middle. And so I was like, I'll walk the dogs and stuff like that. And, like, my work schedule was kind of working out okay with it and stuff and everything. And so I would go out with her some of the very first like month or two that she was in school, or month and a half that she was in school, I guess you'd say, or whatever. And I would walk the dogs while she's out there standing waiting to get on the bus. And kids are making fun of her fucking dogs. Like, for crying out loud, they're saying, your dogs are ugly. Your dogs are so ugly. I can't believe you have such ugly dogs. And the thing is like, people sit there, adults, they're like, kids are so cruel nowadays. And yet the adults are doing the same thing. They're looking at a girl, in shorts or whatever, and they're like, oh my God, her ass is hanging out. Oh my God, she's so skinny. Oh my God, this. Oh my God, that. And it's like, we've just become over opinionated, is the best way to word it. Myself included, probably. The thing is like, I've always been opinionated, and we all always have. But I've had because of me not growing with society and internet as much as everybody else did, it's like I'm kind of behind on the expressing, to a degree, my opinions, where everybody else just lets theirs roll off the tongue, constantly, and it's just like, can you calm down and shut up? Can you calm down and shut up? Today's still here, tomorrow's gonna still be there, regardless of your opinion or not. Just because you think my dog's ugly doesn't mean that my dog's just gonna poof and be gone, Just because you think my hair shouldn't be brown doesn't mean that I'm gonna go out and poof, dye it blonde, Or that poof, after you say that opinion, it's gonna magically turn, different color. Things are what they are. Like, I don't understand how people don't really process that and stuff. And the thing is it's like, hell, I'm sitting here processing that nobody gives a shit enough to take me to the damn doctor. And then Jen, she kind of says comments to me that are backhanded or whatever, that's like, well, if you'd ask, is pretty much what she's saying. And it's like, I do already ask for some things, and I already get a sense that, like, I'm kind of a burden, so I'm not going to ask for more. And then tonight, actually, though, because I figured she wasn't doing nothing, and I know I wasn't doing nothing, I went over and I was like, hey, because she told me whenever I went and looked for my dog that's been missing since September, because my ex-manager from my last job or whatever, she's told me she's seen my dog 2 times. And the last time was within this past month or whatever. And I was like, oh, okay, and she's like, yeah, she's like, I just seen him the same spot, I was like, oh, okay, I'll go out there and everything. So, I was with Jennifer whenever I got the message, and she's like, well, we'll go look for him. She offered, and I was like, okay. And so we went and looked for him, and then she offered, she's like, we'll come look for him once a week, from here on out. And I was like, okay. Well, it's been over a week since that time that we went. And so I was like, I bet she ain't doing nothing today. And it's getting dark, and supposedly he's out, running around whenever it's dark. I'll go look for him, kinda, is what I'm thinking. And so I'm like, hey, you want to run me out here, and let me see if I can find him? And she's like, yeah, that's fine. So she did, But I don't know. It's like growing pains, I guess. It's like everybody wants to give me the pain, give me the lecture, give me the dictation, the rudeness, the hatefulness. And yet, they can dish it out, but they can't take it. Because I guarantee if I say something rude to them, they're going to retaliate. So that's the reason I don't say anything rude to them, is because I don't want them to retaliate. And it's not because I'm afraid of them and I'm like, oh God, they're gonna... No. It's just, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. And so if I can understand that, then why the hell can't they? So if you see me suffering with something, and you see me not, doing what I'm supposedly supposed to do in your dictated, rude opinion, so that way it's done and over with, and that way it's fixed my problem, then shut up. And the same goes for, the opposite end, for you, If I see that you're not going to take my advice, I'm going to stop giving it, especially if I'm giving it in a rude way. Now, if I'm giving it in a kind way, which I find hilarious, I can give advice and I can tiptoe around how I give it all fucking day long. I can tiptoe around how I give it, around how I say it, around how I verbalize it, what words I use, how quickly I respond. That way it doesn't come across as, hateful or anything like that. I can tiptoe, and people just keep coming back. People just keep coming back for advice from me. And I'm like, why can't nobody be that way with me then? I'm 30. For 30 years, it's been like, for the most part, it's been like, oh, this happened. Well, you need this and that and that, and the kind, gentle way of saying it. And used to, when I was younger, I was like, well, that's just me, and they just never learned how to say it a gentle way, and all they know how to say it is rude ways. So I've got to walk around, listen to a bunch of rude people giving me advice, and then they get to come to me and they get to get kind of nice advice. And I'm like, I'm fucked. This is my life. I'm fucked. Nobody's gonna give me kind advice. It's gonna be rude. It's gonna be insults. It's gonna be back talk, So anyways, like, that was my day today. And like, other than that, I didn't do anything except for eat and walk the dogs. Like, that's pretty much it. Like, and right now I'm pretty much kind of awake. I want to do so much, but I can't. I feel like I can't. I feel like I'm trapped because I'm in this apartment. And it's like, an 11 o'clock curfew. And even though I'm doing this video, it's like I feel bad about doing the video because it's past the 11 o'clock curfew. But at the same time, I don't give a shit. But I don't not give a shit enough to be just walking around doing what the fuck I want to. Because when I've done that, that's when the drama starts. So I don't want, a cop coming and knocking on the fucking door and being like, you're being loud and it's past your curfew here and it's in your lease. So hush, So instead I sit here in fucking silence to a degree. I don't know. I'm just in a really pissy ass mood. And I think another thing too is like Facebook and all that. And this one girl that's on my Facebook or whatever that like, I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. I feel like everybody hates me. And none of them have enough balls to say it. It's like petty rude, Let me be petty rude, but let me not tell you that I really hate you, But then what is hatred other than love being covered because of insecurities of the person that's doing the hatred, Or if it's not insecurities, then it's just anger and not being able to talk to each other about it because somebody's scared of somebody or somebody knows somebody well enough to know what the reaction's going to be. But see, that's the thing, is nobody even fucks with me to a degree, and it's like nobody knows what the hell my reaction's going to be because nobody ever even wants to test it or try it out. And it's like, okay, fine, don't. I'm not going to beg for you to friggin', get to know me. I ain't gonna do it, so it's whatever. But, it's like, so she writes me and she's talking about, her personal life, like relationship-wise. But she's talking about going out with somebody and, like, intuition. And about how her intuition's kind of telling her no. And so I'm like, okay, listen to your intuition then if that's what you want to do. I'm not trying to be rude, but like, I don't have a lot of advice to give out on intuition. If you've ever watched any of my other videos, my intuition, because I was taught to not really listen to it as a kid, and I've stated that in my videos, and so I'm kind of fucked up in that way for as far as listening to it, even though I'm trying to learn how to listen to it. But it's like, I feel like the people around me really don't like me because it's like a fear of being, I don't want to say left behind, but that's the only way that I can kind of think of to word it. It's like everybody wants to be part of the train, or whatever, or part of the, everybody wants to be a part of the good. But very few are willing to do the shit that they need to do to be part of the good. They want to get the good, be part of the good, but still act however they want to and be bad and mean and cruel or rude and petty, And it's like, you can't have your cake and eat it too. You've got to pick or choose. So you're just going to be rude and petty, or you're going to be part of the good thing that you see that you're wanting a piece of, And, so anyway, she's talking to me, and I'm giving her the best advice that I can. Rude part of me on the inside, deep on the inside though, because it's not even like I wasn't even really that upset at all in anything that she said. But it's like I kept having to kind of, I said like 3 or 4 past, paragraphs towards her, or to her about it, pretty much reiterating, but in way different forms and ways of wording it, the same thing, like, I don't know. Well, it's on you. Well, you're going to have to figure it out. I can't tell you. I don't know. I struggle with my intuition as well, or whatever. I struggle with my intuition as well. So I can't give you advice on it. And then even at that would be my intuition versus your intuition. That's just like hair color, for instance, 2 females that have brown hair, or they have curly hair, or even siblings, me and my sister could go out and buy the same fucking hair dye and dye our hair, and one of us could have an allergic reaction and the other not, because it's you. You have to know you. I can't help you know who you are. Just like you can't help me know who I am. But I can help you once you do know who you are. Once you do know what you want, if I'm able, then I can help you. And the same should be the way for me, but people don't seem to get that when it comes to me. It's like, I know I want to get my leg fixed. Nobody wants to take me anywhere to get my leg fixed. I know I want to go to counseling just so I can get my daughter back. I don't even want to go to counseling anymore because I'm kind of soured and bittered towards it, because I wanted it for so long when I was younger, before I ever got pregnant with my kid. Just like I wanted to drive, just like I wanted a husband, just like I wanted a family, just like I wanted 7 kids, just like I wanted so much shit that I've never got. So I'm kind of numb to it more than bittered and soured about it. I'm just kind of numb to it. I'm just like, and it's like, well, the court order is for me to go to counseling, so I guess I'll go, and so I do want to go just because I want my kid back. That's like if somebody come and knocked on the door right now and said, hey, you have to climb Mount Everest and then you'll get your kid back. I'd be like, okay, let's go. Let's go. So you're telling me if I climb to the top of Mount Everest, I'm going to get my kid back. Let's go. Let's do it. Who's taking me? Can anybody take me? How can I get there? Can anybody afford the boots for me? Even though I got a busted leg? What about the snowsuit? What about the this? What about the that? What about, my backpack? What about my ropes? What about my this? Let me go. I'm on it. And it's like, oh, well, buy all that shit yourself. Figure it all out yourself. Drive there yourself. Look it up online yourself. Don't communicate with people. Don't talk to people about your problems. Do it all completely 100% alone. Instead of asking somebody how to tie a fucking rope, around you properly to climb up the steep, sides of what the fuck ever that you might have to, which I don't even know that much about. But anyways, instead of asking somebody about it, look it up and read it yourself. Do everything self. And it's like, I can't. I can try, but I'm not going to get as far because I learn better with people's help, especially concluding I never got people's help. So I'm starved in that aspect of people actually helping to accomplish the things that I know I want to accomplish. But you can't come to me and knock on my door, if you will, and be like, hey, tell me what to do with my life. Tell me what I want. That's just like, what is it? The Smurfs, the first one or whatever. Wherever she's like, the boss lady, whenever she's like, you're my new, CEO or whatever, I don't know, to the guy, she's like, you're the new head of the campaign or whatever. And he's like, okay. And he's like, but isn't that in 2 days? And she's like, yes. And he's like, oh, okay, that'll be all right. And so his smart ass, his rudeness, comes out, and it's like, well, it only took God 7 days to build the whole, world or earth or whatever, or universe. And she's like, oh, well, fail me and you can go work for him, And that kind of reminds me, even this whole situation, like talking about my previous job, and like, oh, you can go work at a flea market, Oh, okay, But, so anyways, she, like in the movie, in the Smurfs or whatever, there's another part where, what is it? Or maybe it's right before that, she's like, yes, I fired him, talking about the previous person, because he gave me what I wanted and I didn't want what I asked for. And she's like, so I'm hiring you, is the best way I can think of to like rephrase, I'm not verbatim or what the hell ever, but she's like, I fired him because he gave me what I wanted, not what I needed, and I'm paying you and you're going to be this now so that way you can give me what I need. And he's like, well, how am I supposed to know what you need when you don't even know what you want? And that is the dilemma of so many people. It really is. And so in yesterday's video, I think it was, I put up the 4 things that I want to accomplish right now. And the thing is like, these are things that I've wanted to accomplish forever, some of them, or for a long time. And everybody's like, how can we help you? And so they do the little stuff. And it's not even that little of stuff. I get that it's, and so they do the little stuff, but they don't do the big stuff. And it's like a laziness, and then it gets thrown back at you, and it's like, you're being lazy. And it's like, okay, and so I've worked harder and harder and harder and struggled more and more and more and kept on trying and trying and trying, and it still just crumbles. I can't be the glue for myself. It's like, almost like, say for instance, if we were battery operated machines and our batteries were placed in our back, and we couldn't reach to put them in. And so, when you're born, let's say, there's a battery put into your back, oh, you're alive, now you have your battery. And so you go off and run like all the normal kids do, and all the normal kids run, and everybody falls, and their batteries fall out occasionally. And you got these parents over here that when their kid's battery falls out, if you will, they go and they grab the battery and they put it back in, for their kids. So that way their kids can succeed, And I know I'm not the only one that's suffering and struggling in the world, but I am the kid that has failed and my battery is falling out and nobody's helped me get it back in. And so, like, say you have enough energy for 30 minutes after your battery falls out, but after that, you're dead. And so, I'm trying to put the battery in all the fucking time. And I've got, like, wires that I've put, trying to get the connection to fit and everything, so that way I can work. So that way I can do what I'm supposed to, but nobody wants to put in the effort. What am I supposed to do with that? Nobody wants to put in the effort. I know what I want. I've known what I wanted. And then people have gotten mad at me for being like that. And people, God, I don't know how many times. Like, you don't know a damn thing that you want. Shut the fuck up. Because they love to tear that confidence down in you. It's sad. Why would you do that? And then, you do that so that way you can step on people. So that way you feel better about yourself. So that way you don't have to do the hard work of figuring out what the hell you actually do want. And that way you don't have to do the hard work of actually admitting that you might actually know what you want. You might actually know what you want. But you realize it's too hard. And you give up. That's the thing. Is you give up. I've wanted my license since I was 16 years old. I just got it this past November. I may not have tried as hard as everybody thinks I should have, but truthfully, I don't give a damn what anybody thinks because I did the best I could. And I finally got it. And even if I wouldn't have gotten it, even if it wouldn't have been Jennifer that helped me, I would have never completely and utterly given up on wanting my license. That's just like I still want to go to the doctor for my leg after 4 years. I still want to go to the dentist and have this broken molar yanked out. And I'm going to want that until it happens or until something else occurs. I want my kid back. I have always wanted my children to be at home with me until they are 18 or even older. My daughter, up until the year before she left, 5th grade year, was still telling me, Mommy, we're going to get a house together, and I'm never going to leave, and I'm going to help you babysit, and we're going to have a daycare in the basement or the attic, or maybe even, use the attic as our actual living space, to a degree, and we're going to have a daycare run out of our house, and me and you, that's going to be our job, Mommy, and that's what we're going to do, and I'm going to help you take care of the kids. And I used to tell her, I used to talk with her, and I used to be like, okay, that's cool. That's legit. That's a dream. That's a plan we set, And she used to tell me, Mommy, I'm going to help, whenever I can. Whenever I get 15 and I can start working, Mommy, I'm going to help pay the bills. I'm going to help with the house payment. This is my little girl. This is my 10-year-old baby telling me this. Because she has dreams, and she's not afraid of them. But y'all have sickly twisted her against me and made her give up on them. And I'm not appreciative of that in any fucking way. And I never will be. Just like I'm not appreciative of anybody making me give up on my damn dreams. Mom, Dad, everybody else. Anyways, so my kid used to tell me that, and she used to be like, I'm going to help you pay the bills, and I was like, no, don't you worry about the bills. I said, you just worry about putting a pool out in the backyard. I said, you can buy the pool, I said, but I'll take care of the bills. And she's like, okay, and we kind of laugh and giggle and talk about it or whatever and stuff. Again, people sitting and spinning their wheels. They're stuck because nobody comes and helps them out. And I'm tired of everybody wanting to knock on my door and be like, hey, come help me with this. Hey, come help me with that. Hey, come help me with this. Hey, come help me with that. And the thing is I'm reliable for the little shit. Why am I reliable for the little shit? Because it's the only thing that I've ever been able to even function to do for other people. So yeah, you asked me to climb up on top of a fucking roof and fix something, I can do it. I can do it. You ask me to go get a screwdriver and fix it, I can do it. You ask me to drill some fucking holes in the wall, I can do it. You ask me to hammer something, I can do it. What I do know how to do, I can do. But what I don't know how to do, I don't know how to do. And everybody wants to ask me for all the little shit because they're like, hey, she knows how to do this little shit. Let me get her to help me with this little shit. And see, that might even be the thing, kind of like with my parents, what they have helped me with and everything. And that's even like my dad. Like, I get being scared. I get it. I get insecurities. I get it. I completely and totally do. But it's like Jennifer, she's helping. She's kind of overtaken for as far as taking me grocery shopping and stuff like that. We're used to, my parents did that because they know how to do that. They know how to hop in the car and drive and go get groceries. Hell, they know how to do that shit more religiously than they do anything else, in all honesty. Grocery shopping and going out to places just to buy shit or walk around might as well be their religion. And Jen kind of seems a little bit the same way to a degree, but then again not, or whatever. But a lot of people have taken that up as almost higher than a fucking religion to just get in the car and go somewhere. Just to go somewhere for the hell of it. Or just to go buy one thing here and one thing there and 10 things at this place and that's it. I've never even known that fucking life. Like, that is just like speaking an alien language to me. Because I haven't had a car. Never been able to do it. I don't get it. I don't understand it. But anyways, so the little stuff, yes, But the thing is who's going to help with the big stuff, And Jen helped with the big stuff for as far as me getting my license. But who's going to help with the getting of the car? And Jen says she'll help me with that. And we'll see, But see, I had the money technically all these past 2 months to possibly get a car. And it's like, she kind of helped, kind of didn't. Because, I get she's got her own life. She's got her own stuff to do. And she can't be my mom. But at the same time that she can't be my mom, and I get that to a degree. But then again, I don't. Because if you're capable of doing something for somebody, and it's going to help them reach their goals, then damn it, do it. It's a very basic kind of thing. And, so anyways, this other girl or whatever, I was talking to her, and she's talking to me about her intuition about going out on this date, and she didn't know whether to do it or not. And her intuition kind of telling her no. And I'm like, I don't know what to tell you there, because I still am learning about my own. And she's like, okay, and she's like, and I say it to her kind of several different ways or whatever. And then she kind of says to me, and maybe she didn't know how to better word it, but she wrote me and she's like, well, maybe because of all the trauma that you suffered, it come across kind of as a jab, Well, maybe because of all the trauma and the abuse that you went through and you endured, maybe you just don't have I don't know if she said but anyways, it might have come across like, well, you're just stupid because you can't answer my question. It's kind of the way that it came across. And yeah, I've been abused, And then today, see, the thing is, and I let it slide whenever she said what she said. I was just like, yeah, maybe you're right. And yeah, I have even stated that before, that maybe my intuition's off because I was taught to lie to it by my parents. So maybe my intuition ain't too damn good, And then I still just went on kind of trying to help her with her problem. I'm still going to try to help you even though I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. But at the same damn time, you're not going to put the responsibility on me if something goes wrong and be like, she told me to do it. And that's just like even this poem. I'll go ahead and read it real quick. This is the poem, and it stays in my little angel or whatever that I got sitting here on my dining room table, or not dining room, but coffee table. Because, I don't know, I just stuck it there. And I've never moved it since then, and it looks cute with the angel holding it. If I took a minute to write a poem for you, it would turn into a lifetime for all the things you do. So I'll try and keep it simple. There's some things I wish to say, and what better day to say them than today on Mother's Day. Things haven't been easy for you. We know you've had it tough. With one thing or another, God knows enough's enough. At times you're so frustrated and feeling rather low, but you're cherished by your family more than you will ever know. We know you want your life back and how things used to be, but things will soon get better, baby, just you wait and see. In all your life you guided Ava and showed her right from wrong. You're my inspiration, baby, you're the music to my song. You were there for me when times were hard. You're always close at hand. You guided me to happiness. You're the best wife in the land. I can never repay you. You're worth your weight in gold. If I ever would need you, baby, your hand is there to hold. Your advice is always listened to, but you always have to say, it's your decision, sweetheart. You'll make it come what may. So thank you, baby, for making me the person I've become, and through your loving guidance, I am the clone of you. I might have read that before in a YouTube video. I don't know. I can't remember in all honesty. But that is a poem that my husband wrote for me on Mother's Day. I can get it back in the angel now. There we go. But and that little piece where it's like you're you know, where I always am like, it's your decision, because that's the way that's the best piece of advice my grandmother's probably ever given me. You make choices in this life and you live with them. And if you want to make a choice to not know what you want out of your life, well, you're going to live with it. I make choices sometimes to not know what I want to eat, and I live with it. But for as far as my foundation and knowing what I want out of life, I don't get deterred very easily or whatever. Like, I don't get pushed away. Like, you can't turn me off of what the fuck I want for the most part. That's the reason, like, even dealing with love relationships and stuff, I was hung up on my kid's dad for years past us being together. Then I was hung up on my husband for years past us being together. Then there's this guy that I just barely even went out on a date with, kinda, and I'm still hung up on him. Slightly. Yeah. But not really. I'm more worried about him. I worry about him. And that's strange to me, but then not really to me. Like, if I was in my own little world, I completely and totally get it. I'm a loving, caring person. I worry about everybody. And if I get to know you and I know your story, then I worry about you even more. Like, that's me. But for as far as the world always condemning me for that, you're weird. You shouldn't worry about people. Don't worry about what others think. And that's even like this guy at my new job or whatever, that he's like, I don't give a shit what nobody thinks about me. And I got on my video even 2 days ago and I was like, I really don't give a shit what people think about me. See, there's two different sides to the paradigm there or whatever, you know, there's two different sides to it. There's the I don't care because I'm still me, and then there's the I don't care because I'm still me, like the hateful, you know, like kiss my ass, you know. But then there's the one that's still, it's also abrasive like that. It's like, kiss my ass, I don't care what you think about me. I got shit to do. I'm focused. Where the other one is just, I don't care and I don't know what I'm doing. Kind of, you know. And it's like, which one do you want to be? Pick. And you make choices in this life and you got to live with them. But anyways, so that girl said that to me. Oh, well, let me get back to that, because I don't want to. And it's like, because I got sidetracked right there talking about that guy from work, and then that put me back into talking about her, because she used to be at one of my old jobs, and everybody that I've known within the past couple years, because you get to know your coworkers, you know, and stuff like that. But anyways, so it's like, that guy or whatever, I still kind of worry about him. And then there's EJ, and I'm worried about her, but she's just about as worried about me as anybody else that I've ever been in love with is. And so I'm just like, God, I gotta get better at being in love with people, because I suck at it, apparently, for as far as finding somebody that cares about me. And so, but anyways, so like, because I care, It's like, you care about something, you hope that something cares about you. You care about somebody, you hope that they care about you. And so it's like grasping at straws. And it's like, okay, so EJ's never going to talk to me, supposedly. She fucking hates my guts, or whatever. And it's like, or if she does talk to me, it'll be eventually and in time, And it's like, I got to kill some time. I got to have somebody to talk to. I can handle being single if I just have somebody that I feel like is just a friend. And I don't mean a fuck buddy friend. I just mean somebody to just talk to. That's it. Just random talk. How was your day? Good. What are you up to? Nothing. Have you watched any movies recently? No. Like just regular mundane talk and everything. And so, because it's dealing with love interests and she shut the door on me, I've went back to him, kinda, but not. And so I'm just kind of writing him, and I'm like, hey, dude, will you talk to me? And it's like he's not even responded today, where before when I was writing him, he kept saying yeah or hey or whatever. And the thing is like he was like that whenever we hung out that one time, so I'm just like, okay. And it's like, where you have to put more effort in than you get in return. And it's like, I did that for you the first time, kinda. But then again, it was put back in return whenever he did come and pick me up and we hung out, kinda, sorta. And so it evened out. But it's like I had to give him a lot of me, is the best way to word it, before he gave me any of him. And it's like he still is that way. And it kind of breaks my heart a little bit, because I feel like it's because he's been through so much shit, And I'm like, I can't, because I'm done over here with EJ, and I've done giving to her, and she hasn't returned anything, and that's whatever, and that's none of, like dealing with this, and it's like, I just want to be your friend. And so it's like I gave some, for as far as like talking to him, shit, just hit the cord, but it's like I gave some for as far as talking to him, and everything, like some energy, some effort, anyways. And I'm like, can you put some energy into talking to me other than just hey? Can you say something more than just hey? But I don't know. I can't fix it now. Get in there. There we go. But, so anyways, it's just, yeah. And so then I'm sitting here, and I got all these kids that talk on Amino, and it's not my kids, but to a degree, it's like I kind of feel like little mother hen or something, to a degree. And this one kid, he created, because you can create aminos. Anybody can create an amino. And I actually downloaded because I thought about creating my own. And then I was like, and I kind of backed out of the thought of it and stuff. But, this kid has created his own, because he's like, I see people get on here and they're sad and they're depressed, and he's like, so I created one. And he's like, and I've watched you on the other aminos, not like in a creepy way, but like, because I'm on 2 of the same ones that he's been on, and he's like, I was wondering if you'd be the curator on mine. And I was like, sure. And so I'm the curator on that amino. And, he's like, I really value your opinion, and you seem very genuine and sweet and kind and all that and everything. And that's like my whole fucking life. That's like even the girl writing me. It's like, you're going to ask me my opinion because I'm sweet and I'm kind, and it makes you feel good that I'm sweet and I'm kind. But do you understand that I would like somebody to be sweet and kind to me too? Does nobody get that? And I know that they have to, but they don't think about it because they're so busy thinking about themselves. And I need somebody to be sweet and kind to me. Who can be sweet and kind to me? Oh, I know. I can call Heather. Heather will be sweet and kind to me, And Heather will always be sweet and kind to me more than most people, because Heather's just a sweetheart, And and I'm not saying that she actually says that about me, but I'm saying a lot of people do or have in my life. But it's like nobody ever looks at me and says, oh, who's sweet to her? Who's sweet and kind to her? No matter what. And the truth is, nobody. Everybody gets mean with me. Everybody gets hateful with me. Everybody gets nippy. And so I'm tired. But also, so after talking to that girl, I got on Facebook today, and there's memes that I swear to God, I'm just like, are you watching my videos? Is somebody else copying my video and sharing it? Because supposedly they should be able to do that, I think. I don't know. And they're copying it and they're sharing it. And everybody's just sitting around like in some little chat room shit talking. You know, and they're just like, yeah, we're going to, or is it just coincidence? Because there was some memes that, you know, seemed like they could be about me. And it's just rudeness. And then even if it's not about me, it's just rudeness. And I'm like, why am I hanging out with people that want to share rude memes? And it's like, well, it's because I'm like that on the inside. And so I get it. And so, yeah, sometimes they're kind of funny. But then again, for as far as the better me that I want to be, no, they're not funny. I don't like them. But do you know that I can't find anybody out there that doesn't share fucking memes on fucking Facebook or any type of social anything? Can you actually find somebody out there that's just not rude? And no, you can't. So I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. I don't know. But so as of right now, I got these kids to talk to. Oh, and that's one of the things too, is it was like, don't be neglecting. Now this was just one I think that was just shared by Facebook or whatever, but it was like, you know, talking about neglecting your, I don't know, your everyday life because of a phone, you know, or because of this or that or whatever. And don't, you might neglect this and that, you know, kind of dismissing the two others like, oh, well, that's just small things. But then it shows this kid sitting at the table with their parents, and the parents both got the phone in their face, you know, and it's like, but don't neglect, you know. And it just made me be like, I'm trying to talk to my kids still. Don't throw off on me because I'm on Amino almost every damn night, or I actually have been every night for like 20 nights. Because I get on there, and if somebody writes something sad and it's the middle of the night and hell damn shit far, I'm up because I'm used to working third shift and everybody's mommy and daddy's asleep, and these kids don't want to go and bother their parents with I'm depressed or I'm suicidal, and they want to get on Amino and vent about it, and they know that they're putting it up at night, and they know that more than likely nobody's up. And they're like, well, by tomorrow after I get home from school, I'll have at least one kind response. That'll make me feel good. Do you know how much more better it feels for them to write a sad post and me to pop up in their chat and be like, hey, you need somebody to talk to? Because I guarantee you, I would know if somebody did that to me, if somebody seen something sad that I wrote and then said, hey, you know, especially when I was a teenager and going through shit, if I would have wrote something and been like, well, as long as somebody responds within 24 hours, and instead of even having to wait that long, somebody just writes me right then and there, do you know how much of a boost of energy and good vibrations that's going to send my way? And so that's what I'm doing for these kids. And since my own kid, when I do write her, and I don't write her every day, sometimes I write her every day for a couple days, and then I take a break for like a week or two because I'm trying to give her space and stuff. But it made me feel like, oh, well, you're not paying attention to your child and doing everything for your child that you can do for your child. And it's like, hell yes, I am. Kiss my ass. You don't know. And that's just my mind, though. And that's me looking at that and everything. And that's me probably being a little oversensitive. But then again, I'm not sure. But anyway, so I'm on Amino, and anybody writes anything sad in the middle of the night, and it pops up, and I see it, I'm writing them, even though I'm sad myself. But it's like I'm like being I don't know. I wouldn't say a lifesaver, but it's like being on a seesaw. Depression is, you know? And so, like, literally, oh my God, this is a good example. Like, sorry. But anyways, that just kind of hit me. You're on a seesaw, right? And you're setting level with somebody, you know? And you're setting level with your parents, you know? Let's say you're setting level with your parents. Let's say at first, when you was first born, you was first their baby, and they could, you know, and they had all the good positive vibes because they were getting the positive vibes from their family, even from their mom and dad. So here's their mom and dad, you know, giving them all these positive vibes, you know, and they're sitting on the side of the seesaw that's down. Their parents are, and so it's lifted them up. So they're up. They're way up here, right? Because they had you. They finally gave their parents a grandbaby. Everybody's so excited. Everybody's just, oh, I'm so proud of you. And so they're like, yay, I had a baby. I'm so glad. And so those parents have that energy to do the same thing for their baby. So they're down here, and here's the baby, and they're, oh, you're so cute, you're so adorable, I love you to death, and you're so precious, and I can't believe it. Well, over the years, the grandparents decrease. You really need to tell your kid, you don't need to say that. You're raising them wrong. You're not doing this the right way. So, there we go, and the parents get brought down. And there, for the majority of the years, though, you're kind of even. But when the years stretch on and the kids are older, you're like this. You're down. And then sometimes the grandparents just walk away because they disagree with you, and that's kind of like what mine have done, My parents have disagreed with me, so they've just walked the fuck away. So you're just sitting here, you ain't got no seesaw partner, if you will, so you're just sitting here. And then you got this kid, and you're supposed to be the one, you're supposed to be down, but you're supposed to be down for them because others are raising you up. And nobody's raising you up anymore, so you're down. And so whenever you go over to them and the kids kind of piddling back and forth, and you're down and you go over and sit, then y'all are sitting steady. And see, that's like me and my kid. That's where we were. We was sitting steady. We kept kind of teeter-tottering a little bit. But nobody has ever raised me up, Here's somebody raising me up. So that way I feel so up that when I go to my kid, I can raise my kid completely up. So we've been just teeter-tottering the whole fucking time. But it's like, so these kids that get on here and they're depressed, just like me with my own kid, and it's late at night and I'm depressed, or I'm sad at times and stuff, I can keep them teeter-tottering. I can keep them here. Because I don't want them here. I don't want nobody here. I've been here. I was placed here because my parents put me here. I was placed here because life circumstances have put me here. And they might be here when I come along, and I might be here, but because we're together, that raises us up, and that can keep us at least even. So even if I can't raise them up, then I can at least try to help them. Even though I'm kind of exhausted. And that's like kind of me talking to this dude, is I'm like, dude, can you just talk to me so that way it helps raise me up a little bit? Because I have nobody putting that into me, for as far as like any type of what I'm wanting. And I'm coming to you and I'm like, hey, just give me somebody to talk to. And you're not providing that. And so I'm still kind of here. And then here's these kids. And so they're kind of keeping me afloat too. So we're just drifting, And it's just like, okay, whatever. And then it's like I've talked in a previous video about how there was a 19-year-old that was like, I really like you, and I'll come see you, and I visit my parents, and I'm from here, and this and that. And I was just like, eh. And he's like, yeah, maybe you're right, And I was like, I'm 30, you're 19. I don't want to marry a kid. I don't want to date a kid. I have nothing against children, though. I don't want to not date them because I don't think that they could make me happy. I think that they could, but not in the full extent of what the happiness is that I'm wanting. And I don't want to date somebody that's a lot older because they can't give me the full extent of the happiness that I'm wanting. You have to make decisions in life. And I might sacrifice at some point in time. Who knows? I might date somebody younger at some point in time and just be like, well, shit. Because that's what you do. You're constantly experimenting in your life. You are constantly changing your views to a degree. But then again, not. And so you make your choices in this life and you live with them. It's your choice. But I'm going to go ahead and end this video. So here's today's video. I hope you like it. You know, if you have anything to add on to what I've stated in the video or whatever, or if you think I've said something good, it'd be nice to know. If you think I've said something wrong, you can tell me, but be gentle. That's all I ask. Just be gentle. Okay? But, I'm going to let you go. I'll talk to you later, you know, and I'll catch you in tomorrow's video. Take care.